And welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. We got an intro video. We're moving up in the world. Things are looking good here. I'm pretty pumped up. I love that song. We have Stars fan here today. Nick as well. Vito will be joining us. He is just a little bit late. Let's jump right into it. We have a 9-game slate here. So we'll start right with the first game. Carolina is in Washington, minus 130 for Carolina, plus 110 for Washington, a total of 6 in this game. Bring up the stats here. Carolina, 5-0-1 in their last 6, playing pretty good hockey. Washington, 2-4 in their last 6, trending towards the under. Carolina 18-7-3 on the road. Washington 12-11-5 at home. The Capitals have had success against this Carolina team. They are 9-2-1 in the last 12 in Washington versus Carolina. 1 game went over, 9 went under in the last 10 meetings. So this has been a heavily under trend in Washington. If you look at the goals for, goals against, Carolina does have the advantage here. Carolina also has the advantage in power play and a small advantage in the penalty kill. It'll be Anderson, a 930 save percentage, 204 goals against, versus Vanacek, a 915 save percentage, 2.36 goals against. So this should be a pretty good game here. Officially, I'm not on anything. I am on a play that I tailed, the Stars fan and Nick. I tailed one of their plays, so I'll let them go over it, but nothing else in this game. I would lean with the Capitals if I had to make a side, but that's just a lean, and I would lean with the under as well, but no official play in this for me. Stars fan, Hurricanes, Capitals, what do you think here?
Yeah, we've been seeing Washington. There he is. There's Vito. We've been seeing Washington. There's something that's going on with that locker room, man. They've gone on a pretty bad streak here recently, and oh man, I just don't know what to think of this Capitals team other than just you got to fade them. They're 3-0. They lost to the Flyers. They've only scored like 5 goals in their last 3. 1 goal against the Flyers, 1 goal against the Rangers. They're at home, and oh man, they're going to face the wrath of this Carolina Hurricanes team. I'm on the Canes in reg. I know I've seen a bunch of people on the Canes puck line. I think the Canes get right back on track here against a Washington team that seems to have some issues, especially in the locker room and with all the world events going on.
All right. Vito, welcome in. Hurricanes, Capitals. What do you think here?
Wow. Hello. My pleasure to be here. Okay. I'm on the Carolina. I took Carolina on the money line here. Easy, yeah. It's a division rival game here. I'm not too worried about Carolina losing last game to Detroit Red Wings. That game didn't mean much to them. So now they have 2 serious games. Today Capitals, tomorrow Pens, and I think Canes will take 1 game at a time here. I think the Canes will take 1 game at a time. Caps are maybe a little bit easier to win than Pens tomorrow, so that's another thing. I think Canes will win today. Perhaps I took already money line when it was minus 125. At one point you can get it like minus 115, even minus 120 at one point for like short time. But yeah, anyways, money line Carolina for me, I think regulation is also a good way to go. It's also a small, by the way, revenge spot because last time Capitals won 4-2 against Canes in Carolina.
Yeah, for sure. Nick, Hurricanes, Capitals, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'm surprised Stars fan didn't mention the play that you were hinting at there, Terry. The Carolina Hurricanes have shut out their opponents in 10 straight first periods. So I'm on the Capitals team total under half a goal in the first period. That's at plus 120. I would lean against that first period over unless we're expecting Carolina to put out 2. This game full game wise though seems super fishy to me. I don't know. We're seeing a decent, and I usually don't look at these numbers, but a decent chunk of the tickets and the money are coming in on the Canes. But this line's gone from minus 130, it's minus 120 on some places, minus 116 on another site. This has fishy written all over it. I want nothing to do with the full game. I would lean towards the Capitals in this one here if I had to go full game with this game. But for me, I'm just going to stick with the Capitals team total under half a goal in the first period and maybe look to live bet the Capitals later in game if I can get a better price.
Yeah, just Washington. Just some teams just play well against other teams, and you can't explain it, but that's what happens.
Yeah, I'll back up that play that Nick was saying. Yeah, the Canes have been doing this through strict defense and possession hockey in that first period. So if you like a Canes over, more than likely the other team
Live
isn't
bet.
going to score. Yeah, and you can get it because I mean the Canes are at first a defensive team. They can get hot and put up goals, but they like to play possession hockey and limit the other team's chances. It's been a trend throughout February. Me and Nick have been talking about it for a while. But if you like the over, you will probably get a 5.5 or a 5 going in. The Canes like to possess the puck and limit the other team's chances in the first. And that's why we're on it in some form or way of either Canes money line, but they have had a bunch of 0-0s, or
Yeah.
team total under a half goal on my book for the opposing team. It's 10 games in a row for the Canes, and that's the way I've been attacking this. I'm also on the money line. I got it around the same price that Vito got it at minus 120. I think Carolina takes care of business today. I wouldn't talk anyone off of reg or minus a goal and a half. I think something's up in that. Like, as I said earlier, I think something's up in that Capitals locker room right now.
For sure.
Also
Liam asks about.
Yeah, also an interesting prop bet I see on Bovada here is the exact score of the first period, plus 400, 0-0. I think we can see a scoreless first period.
All right.
I might throw a couple bucks at that.
Liam asks, what's the best pick for over 6.5? I am not on any over 6.5s myself. I am on over 6 and an over 5.5. So I'll let you know those when we get to it. Turnsy's on the Caps. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's how I lean. But Turnsy, what you might want to look at if you like the Caps is live betting them in the second period. So more than likely, they're going to be down or tied after the first, and then you can get a good number betting them in the second because Carolina is not a good second period team.
Yeah. If you like them, take them after the first period. See what that happens. More than likely, it's going to be 0-0. Carolina up, and yeah, Carolina, as you said, they wear themselves out in the first period and don't have good second periods. And then you see it like a bunch of these good teams, like the Avs. You see them having to claw back in the third and fight against these teams that turn on the heat after the first.
For sure. Liam says, "Wow, need a reaction tonight. I'm expecting them to be fired up." That's a perfect segue into the next game here. The Wild minus 185 are in Philadelphia plus 165. A total of 6 in this game. I'll be brief. I'll zoom through the stats. Minnesota 1-6 in their last 7. Philly 1-5-2 in their last 8. Both teams trending to the over. Minnesota more heavily. Goals for, goals against. The Wild have the advantage. Power play, penalty kill. The Wild have an advantage. Small advantage in the penalty kill. The Wild's penalty kill has been going downhill. Talbot versus Hart. Pretty even numbers here. Talbot has been falling down drastically. He has not been playing well lately. So that is one of the reasons why I am on the over 6. If Kakkonen was in net, I would not be on the over 6, and I'd actually be more confident in taking the Wild. I'm not taking the Wild to win either, as I said, because of Talbot, but I am going to take the team total over 3.5. I like the Wild to get goals here. I do think they win the game, but I'm not sure it's in regulation, and I don't think they win by 2. Um, Talbot should have a good game. I don't think he's going to play as horrible as he has been forever, but it's tough to decide when that game is going to be. So for me, over 6 and team total over 3.5 for the Wild. Stars fan, Wild Flyers. What do you think here? Okay, sorry, he has to do something. He'll go last. Nick, what do you think here, Wild and Flyers?
Yeah, this is a spot here where I think this is a get right spot for the Wild. They've had to play actually decent competition as of late, and they've been struggling. They back-to-back losses against Calgary didn't look particularly great in either of those. 3-1 at Toronto, 4-3 versus versus Ottawa. They did beat Edmonton. That was, I believe, 5 games in 7 days for Edmonton. They lost to Florida. They lost to Winnipeg. So they've been playing. They're in a tough part of their schedule right now, and that's I think why we're seeing a little bit of a regression from them. This is a get right spot. These next 2 games for them should be games they should win. They play Philly tonight. They play Buffalo tomorrow. I like Minnesota to bounce back in a big way today. I like their team total over 3.5. I like their full game. The full game over. I want to say 6 is what I got. A full game over 6, and then also looking at. I partnered up the Wild with another team a little bit later in the slate, and a 2-teamer at plus 145. So I'm looking for the Wild to bounce back here.
Wow, Nick and I agree on 2 plays. That's pretty rare right there that we agree. So, hey, good luck to the Wild, obviously. Vito, Wild and Flyers, what do you think here?
I think very easy here. I mean, I just now looked how Flyers played against Oilers. I mean, they had scoring chances. I mean, Koskinen was very great in that game. I think Flyers definitely will find back of the net in this game against this Minnesota Wild team. I think everyone can find a net against the Minnesota Wild team at this moment. So, I think Flyers scored their 2-3 goals for sure. I think Minnesota gets 3, but I think Minnesota will get to 5, Maybe like 5-3 Minnesota win today. Well, I'm an over 6 in this game.
All right. I like it. Stars fan, are you ready yet, or are you still?
No, I'm good. But yeah, I like the Wild in this spot, just like y'all said. I think they take care of business. I think they get a bounce back. With it, they had an absolutely brutal stretch these last couple of games, and they're in a good get right spot this weekend. I like them, and the good thing is you can get them at a pretty decent price too, because they kind of took it rough recently. So they're not minus 300, so you can get on them. I've got, yeah, as Nick said, I like them more in a parlay piece kind of sense than a full game for either sides. I do have the over 5.5 parlayed with another over 5.5 later for like plus 180.
All right. I like it. We will go on to the 3rd game of the night here. Ottawa plus 320, as in Florida minus 400. Total of 6.5 in this game. Ottawa 1-3-1 in their last 5, trending towards the under. Florida 3-3 in their last 6, 8 over, 1 under. Florida's been a hugely over team. They're 23-6 at home. They've lost 3 in a row in regulation. Ottawa 3-2 in their last 5 in Florida. 3 of those games went over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. When you look at it, goals for, goals against, Florida obviously has the advantage here. Florida also has a huge advantage in the power play. Ottawa's power play isn't too good. It'll be Forsberg versus Bobrovsky in this game. No official play for me. Obviously, I'm not taking Florida minus 400. Even their puck line is minus 155. I'm not taking a puck line at minus 155. And I don't want to take minus 2.5 because then Florida has to win by 3, and they're not playing very well lately. You could go with the over 6.5 at minus 140, but 6.5 at minus 140, no. Unfortunately, I'm completely priced out of this game. So nothing for me. Nick, Sens, Panthers. What do you think here?
Yeah, I like the Sens in the first period here to score. We saw this last game, or with the Sens, they scored 2 early goals against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then they gave up 2 goals. I'd also like the both teams to score in the first period here at plus 145. And looking at what Ottawa has done recently, I just think that we can get at least 1 goal. I think the first period to score a goal, I believe, is minus 125 for the Sens. So I'm expecting like a 1-1, 2-1 type of first period here. So Sens team total over half in the first period, and both teams to score.
All right, yeah, Turnsy's on the both teams to score here in this game, so he agrees with you there. Vito, are you there?
Yeah,
Yes,
I can.
sir.
Yeah, there's Vito.
Yep, Sens and Panthers. What do you think, Vito?
All right. I also had a small lunch because I didn't eat. I was working all day, on these odds. Okay, yeah, about the game. Panthers been sitting on this lose. They had they lost 3 games in a row, and they had like 5 or 6 days off. So they've been sitting on this losing streak for a while. And we all know Panthers play great hockey. Everybody goes in the slumps. So I think Panthers obviously wins this one. No place for me on this game. They're just not the right number for me. I mean, no puck line or team total. Everything looks very bad here with the numbers. I mean, so I just will skip this game. I mean, Florida should win, but anything can happen. So I will not take any chances here. Try to gamble something and maybe even sweating. Then who knows? So I will just stay away from this game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Just priced out of there's nothing I can find price wise. Stars fan, Senators and Panthers. What do you think here?
Yeah, I agree with Nick there. The Senators like to get out early. We were on them last first period. I did not expect Tampa Bay to get 2 and catch up. But the good thing is you can get the Senators to score at around minus 120. Half of their goals in the last 5 weeks on the road have been in the first period. They don't want to get behind. Like, they might not lose, but their game plan is don't get behind. And teams seem to sleep on them. And so the Senators come out fired up, and teams are like, it's just the Sens. And you end up with the Senators scoring in the first period a lot. So it's the Senators to score, and then both teams to score. Like Nick said, like Turnsy's on. I like both of those plays. I think Tampa Bay takes care of business tonight, but I don't trust them enough to get any value out of it. One place I would have been looking is over 5.5 to add on to my 5.5 parlay for the night, but my book doesn't have a 5.5 for this game, so I'm not very happy with that. But yeah, Nick and Vito covered it pretty well.
All right. Liam asked the NHL bet of the day. At the end of the show, once we break down all the games, I go through the best bets of everybody that's on the show gives best bets. And then we also have other cappers that aren't on that have sent in their best bets. So all the best bets and best parlay pieces will be at the end of the show. We will jump into the next game here. Pittsburgh is in Tampa. Plus 150 for the Penguins, minus 170 for Tampa, a total of 6 in this game. Let me switch to the next odds here. Pittsburgh 6-3 in their last 9. Tampa 8-1-1 in their last 10. Both teams about even when it comes to going over under the total there. 18-6-3 versus 18-4-4, even records there. Tampa 8-2 in the last 10 at home versus Pittsburgh. 8 games went over, 1 under, 1 landed on 6. So we've seen Tampa Bay win and the games go over. If you look at goals for, goals against, pretty identical numbers here. Pittsburgh on the road versus Tampa at home. Power play, again, pretty identical. Slight advantage here in the penalty kill for Pittsburgh. About a 2% difference there. Tristan Jarry versus Vasilevsky. Both have 921 save percentages. Pretty even goals against. this is a pretty even game. So looking at it, my first instinct would be to take the draw. However, these two teams don't go to overtime usually when they face each other, and lately they haven't been going to overtime much. I didn't take the draw, but I would consider it. What I did take is Tampa and Reg. I ended up going to Tampa and Reg minus 110, the best price to get Tampa. And I also have Tampa Bay money line and over 6 parlay Corey unit on that for the money line and the over 6. I think we see goals. I think Tampa gets the win here. I could see it going to overtime, but I went with Tampa and Reg just because I see them winning this. And these two teams don't go to overtime very much against each other or lately. Nick, Penguins, Tampa, what do you think here?
Yeah, I like the Lightning in this spot here. I took him in the first period on the first period puck line at plus 135. And I mentioned earlier that I had the Wild and a 2-teamer with another team. That was the Lightning here to take care of business against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So that's what I'm looking at for this game here. Tampa Bay, first period puck line, and then partnering them up with the Minnesota Wild in a 2-teamer plus 145.
Yeah, as Sam says, there's been lots of goals in this in this matchup here. And then Jake asks, Ekblad, anytime goal scorer, any Florida Panther when they're at home would be possibly a good look. They score a lot. But and then Liam says Stamkos. I want to talk you off that either. Vito, Penguins, Tampa. What do you think here?
Yeah, well, thinking about this game, Tampa will play back to back. Tampa will play, right? They play tomorrow. Someone I know.
Both teams play again tomorrow.
Yeah. So, Pittsburgh will have some pretty tough schedule ahead of them. If you guys, they play Tampa today, then they're gonna have also very tough games in front of them. The price wise, I think if Pence even gets like plus 160, plus 117 before the puck drop, I mean Tampa, of course, is a great team, but I think Pence has the value here because Pence is the team which can beat Tampa in Tampa. I think that the Pence is one of those teams. Crosby, Malkin, they're elite players. I think they stand a chance to beat Tampa at home. I haven't laid any money on this game. I just don't think that Pence is this bad team that Tampa deserves like minus 117. I don't think that like that. So if I don't see the value here in this game, only value I can see it's with the Pens, but I don't want to gamble on it. There's so many games every night. So yeah, I can see Pens winning this one. So I will just stay away from this game.
All right, nothing wrong with that. Stars fan, Penguins versus the Lightning. What do you think here?
I've got 2 plays on this one. One I'll give out, and one that's that's one of my personal plays, but y'all can do with it whatever you want. So the Pittsburgh Penguins are one of the worst slow starting teams in the NFL. Their last loss,
NHL.
NHL, my bad. Their last loss, they ran into the buzzsaw first period team that is the New Jersey Devils. And they got absolutely clapped, 3-0, and they just gave up after that. Tampa Bay is on a streak. I think Tampa Bay is going to come out again, and Pittsburgh is going to be playing from behind like we've seen them have to do. They beat I believe it was the BJs in their last game, 2-3, but the BJs scored first again. If you like the Penguins, you're going to get them. If you like the Penguins, Detroit Lenny, I see that comment. If you like the Penguins, wait till Tampa Bay scores first and then get them at +2 something, +3 something, because they're not going to have another fun first period because this Tampa Bay Lightning team, dare I say it, is starting to round into form and play good hockey. So, plus they were looking ahead yesterday to this game. They let the Sens go up 2-0 on them. They're waiting for it. They're ready for it. And like everyone's saying, I think we're going to see goals. I think we get some fireworks in the third period. Both these teams are third period teams. So I've got the puck line first period, and then another one that is a personal play is both teams to score third period. I think we get some fireworks at the end of this one, and we get both teams scoring. I believe that's +130.
Yeah, I'm on that as well. I just didn't want to take all your plays there because I know we capped it a little bit together.
All right. We'll go on to the next game. It kind of sucks. That sports guy is not here. His Canucks are taking on Nick's Islanders, minus 110 each way, a total of 5.5 in this game. Neither goalie was confirmed when I looked at this. I'll take this down because for some reason it's blocking the goalies there. Vancouver 5-2 in their last 7. 7 games went over, 1 under. Islanders 3-2-2 in their last 7. 6 games over, 3 under. Islanders 3-0-2 in the last 5 at home versus Vancouver, so they have had some success against Vancouver. 4 games over, 1 under, because the total is 5.5. You look at it, goals for, goals against. Vancouver has the edge here in goals for. Islanders at goals against. Huge power penalty kill advantage for the Islanders. Vancouver's penalty kill is pretty rough, pretty even power plays. Demko is projected 918 save percentage. Sorokin 922 save percentage. Pretty even goals against here. I'm going to do something that I normally wouldn't do with the Islanders. I'm taking the over. Both teams are trending over right now. They've trended over in the past. I'm going with the over 5.5, which I got at plus 105. And I'm also taking Canucks money line minus 110. I just like this Canucks team a bit more right now. I think they're looking at the playoffs thinking we got a chance at this. The Islanders, they may not be thinking that at this point. Nick, what do you think, Islanders Canucks?
I got nothing from this game. I don't like this game at all. I can see this going over under. I can see this going either way. It's a pick 'em. That makes sense to me. Yeah, this is a pretty plain simple pass for me. I want nothing to do with this game.
All right, Vito.
This is Canucks spot. I mean, if you're looking to play side, I think this is the only way how to play. This is Canucks because first of all, Islanders are returning back from the long road trip. We remember how they returned back from the road trip last time. They lost against the Sabres in Buffalo 3-6, and then they lost as well at home, I think.
No, that game they lost against the Sabres was in Buffalo.
In Buffalo, but still they fly back from west to east, and that's in Buffalo. So that's the same place like New York. It's not far from New York. No, well, it's the right side of the United States when I look in the map, you know. Yeah, and if you remember last game between these two clubs, I mean, that was all Halak in the beginning. He ate like 5 goals, and I think Canucks want to have some revenge about that game here. The third thing about this game is that Canucks are on this road trip, and they're gonna play Leafs after 1 day, and there's gonna be last game on this road trip when they're gonna play Leafs. And if you remember how Canucks did against the Leafs, they were very lucky when Demko stole that game. They were outshot heavy by Leafs, so I think Leafs are waiting for Canucks on Saturday. So I don't think it's a big chance for Canucks on Saturday. So if they want to have a successful road trip, at least to finish like 2-2, they have to win today. So only way how to go here, I think, is Canucks on money line.
All right. Stars fan, Canucks versus the Islanders. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think it's the Islanders are coming off this 10 or 11 game road trip. It's been monotonous for them. They're coming back home. I like the Canucks. I agree with Vito. It's a Canucks spot, and apparently Tim's got his hand in the cookie jar again. But
Damn it, Tim.
yeah, I've got a Canucks money line ticket. I think they take one. I do think though we see the Islanders do some damage at home once they get settled in. It's been a hot minute since they've had a home game, and the Canucks are still fighting in the Pacific. So I like the Canucks. I know I've seen everybody. I know the Ice Guys gave out the Canadiens first period, but if you're into that, the Canucks first period is, I believe, it is the highest differential of the first period. So I would much rather take the Canucks in this spot than the Canadiens against the Flames. Just saying, even though I do have the Canadiens I believe I have the Canadiens against the Flames, or I might not. I know I was thinking about it, but I definitely have Canucks first period money line ticket because we're at a pick 'em. It's at a great price. I think I got it at minus 104, so I can't complain about that. I don't see the Islanders are not a very good first period team at home. They kind of start off slow. Plus, they haven't played at home in a while. I like the Canucks in that spot. I think, again, to reiterate what Terry said, I think we see goals here too from both sides. I know everyone's been like, oh, yeah, the Canucks coach is going to yell at them and they're going to crack it down. They're still turning the puck over and giving up high danger chances, and the Isles have been scoring. They showed that they want to score on that road trip, so I think we see goals, and I think this game goes over as well.
Yeah, Boudreau is an offensive-minded coach. He's not really like a defense first type guy. So that makes sense. We will go on to the next game here. Edmonton Oilers minus 145 are in Chicago plus 125. A total of 6 in this game. I'll take this off here for a second. Oilers 7-3 in their last 10, 5 over, 4 under, 1 landed on 6. Chicago 3-4-1 in their last 8. 3 over, 6 under, 1 landed on 6. Oilers 16-10-3 on the road. Chicago 9-14-4 at home. Chicago's had success against this Edmonton team. 3-0-2. 6 games went under. 1 went over. So when they do meet, it tends to go under here. Oilers obviously have the advantage in goals for. Chicago is the worst home scoring team in the league. Edmonton also has the goals against power play and penalty kill advantage here. Fleury in his last 8 starts, 1 went over 6, 6 under, 1 landed on 6. It's Koskinen versus Fleury. Koskinen has played well his last couple games as well. I'm going with the under. Also looking at Marc-Andre Fleury's career versus Edmonton. I don't have the exact numbers up here. But it's like a 2.2 goals against, a 920 or 930 save percentage, and then obviously wins. So Fleury's been able to beat the Oilers. The Chicago team has been able, the past Chicago teams were able to beat this Oilers team. I would lean with Chicago. I'm not betting them though, but I will take the under 6. I don't think we see too many goals in this game. Nick? What do you think here between Edmonton and Chicago?
I think to quote Bleed, Marc-Andre Fleury is going to twerk a little bit tonight. I like the Edmonton Oilers to take care of business in this game. Yeah, the Blackhawks have had success against the Edmonton Oilers, whatever. Those were different teams. It's different times now. This is their first matchups under the new head coach for Edmonton. If you remember the last time these two teams played, the Blackhawks did win 4-1, and that was the last game that Dave Tippett was the head coach of this Edmonton Oilers team. I think this is a smash spot here, and yeah, Fleury's had a good numbers against Edmonton, but granted, that was in Vegas and that was in Pittsburgh, where he had a much different team around him, a much better defense around him. This is a totally different matchup now. Edmonton takes care of business tonight. They've been creating chances as of late. They've been putting up goals, even though they haven't been winning as many games as they're supposed to. This is a team that's generated at least 3 expected goals in 10 straight games. They're going to get their chances. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 4-1 game here. So that's where I'm looking at for this one here. The Oilers will take care of business. Puck line here for me, plus 165, plus 170.
All right, Detroit Lenny, I agree. I agree with the under for sure. And the draw, hey, I want to talk you off that. Vito, Oilers and Blackhawks, what do you think here?
It's Koskinen night, guys.
I thought that was my computer for a second. I'm like, does something pop up?
No, guys, Koskinen is being hot. I think he will continue to be hot in this game as well. I mean, it's end of the road trip. It's the 5th game. I think Philadelphia played a little bit better than Oilers in that game. Yeah, Koskinen played great. So I think that Chicago also stands a chance in this game, actually. They're going to play Fleury. You remember the last game when Fleury played against Oilers in Edmonton. He really showcased himself because the rumors about the trades. where for the Fleury, first of all, something about the Oilers, right? So he played very well that game. This is going to be the revenge game for the Oilers. I think they will want to win this one. So that angle definitely makes me bet Oilers. But yeah, because they are on the end of the road trip and they are a little bit short-handed, maybe, like they don't have Nugent Hopkins. I think he's a very great player in that lineup, especially for the depth. He's one of the best depth guys they have. So could be a little bit maybe hard this game. I don't have any official place, so yeah, I will just, I guess, watch this game. I've been on the Oilers already. I think, yeah, against the Flyers and even before some games, so I will just stay away because Oilers also can lose maybe.
Yeah, I hope Koskinen comes to play. I hope Fleury comes to play, and just stays under that 6. That's what I'm hoping for. Stars fan, Oilers and Blackhawks. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think they hit it on the head. And as Vito said, this is a Koskinen night. I agree. He's been standing on his head. He's coming into form as the Oilers. Yeah, I was looking at my tab too, Lenny. Oh my goodness. I was like, oh my goodness, this is article playing a video. But yeah, it's a Koskinen night. If you got here's one thing that I found. If you think the Oilers are gonna win, in the last 12 losses the Blackhawks have, it's either overtime loss, so the tie that Lenny also put out at plus 345, or they got puck lined. The Blackhawks in their last 12 losses have not lost by 1 goal. So if you think they're going to do it in reg and you've got a minus 145 or in reg ticket, do the puck line. It's plus 165. The Blackhawks are either going to get puck lined or it's going to go to overtime. So I sprinkled half a unit on the draw, and I've got a full unit on that puck line because I don't see the Oilers losing here, especially with Koskinen standing on his head and this team clicking. Plus, the Blackhawks that organization's been up in controversy for a while. They just got a new GM. They don't know what they're going to do with their players with Fleury right now. There's just too many other things going on there. This is an Oilers spot, so like I said before, Oilers puck line or the draw if you think it's going to be close, and Fleury's also going to stand on his head.
All right, some nice stats there. It's pretty awesome having our different opinions as well. It's always good. We'll go up next to Boston in Vegas, minus 115 for the Bruins, minus 105 for Vegas, a total of 5.5, minus 110 each way in this game. Boston 5-1 in their last 6, playing pretty good hockey here. They are coming off that the loss last game. 2 games over, 6 under, 1 landed on 6. Vegas 2-4-1 in their last 7, 1 over, 6 under, 1 landed on 6. 16-8-3 for Boston on the road. Vegas 15-12-3 at home. Boston 2-1 in their 3 trips to Vegas all time. 1 over, 2 under. If you look at it here, goals for, slight advantage for Vegas. Goals against, pretty big advantage here for Boston. Pretty even penalty kills and power play. So not much of an advantage there. It's projected Swayman versus Leonard. Swayman obviously has the advantage here in goals for, goals against, or in save percentage, goals against. For me, I'm going with the under. These 2 teams are trending under lately and when they've played. So getting the under 5.5 plus 100, I had to jump on that. I think we see a low-scoring game. If I had to make a prediction, I would say 3-2 Boston. I'm not sure if that's in regulation or overtime, but my prediction is 3-2 Boston. I would not talk anybody off Boston Bruins money line, but I'm just taking the under. Nick, Bruins, Golden Knights, what do you think here?
Yeah, one thing I have noticed lately is the Vegas Golden Knights score in the first period. And I like this game to go over in the first period, over 1.5. And I like the team total over half a goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. That is minus 170, so it's a little juicy. But they've been scoring in the first period, feels like almost every game here recently. And I think that continues into today. I could see this being 1-1. I could see this being 2-0 at the end of the first period. I like over 1.5 and Vegas to get over a half a goal in the first period.
All right. Vito, Bruins, Golden Knights. What do you think here?
Yeah, well, I think actually this is Vegas which will win here because price is like a pick 'em, right? Well, a little bit underdog for Vegas. Yeah, and Bruins been on this road trip. I know they have won few games, but few month ago when Bruins were losing, that everybody was like the Bruins are not making playoffs, the Bruins are completely shit, and we are fading Bruins in every game. I mean, don't matter who they play. Now the Bruins play Vegas in a fifth road game, and everybody's thinking who to bet here. Yeah, I know that Vegas are short-handed and they don't have Pacioretty and Martinez, and they might look kind of lost without them. But I still think they have like Carlson. Carlson is still a great player, and Eichel have to step up at some point. Stevenson, Smith, Dadonov. And talking what I wanted to tell more about this game. Wait a second. Well, yeah, Vegas won the first meeting 4-1 in Boston, so that's the only thing why I would a little bit don't like to play Vegas because are they going 2-0 against the Boston in this season in the series? Well, it's possible because they play only 2 times, right? So it's possible, yeah, the Vegas actually goes 2-0. And if you just look at the Bruins, I mean, they're missing that. They have this Bergeron, Marchand, the first line, right? Then they have this Pasternak and Hall, but they have no centers. And I mean, if you just look at the game, Bruins against the Ducks, the Bruins needed to win that game, I would say 3-1, if they would have a better centers. Because Smith and Coyle finished with -2 that game. And I watched how they let the goals in, and that basically was a bad play from Smith or Coyle. It was center mistakes there in both goals. So if it would be like Krejci instead of if Smith or Coyle, I mean, they would win that game 3-1 against the Ducks. So yeah, I think the depth is not there for Bruins. I think Vegas also has been playing great against the Avs that game, and the next game they won against the Sharks. I think Vegas will win this game. I think I will lay a money line with Vegas here.
All right. The Stars fan, what do you think Bruins and Golden Knights here?
Yeah, I like what Vito said there. I trust Vegas. I think they can get it done. Plus, I mean, come on. The freaking Bruins laid an egg again. To reiterate what Nick said, the Bruins laid an egg first period against the freaking Ducks. That child team. Oh my goodness, I'm so mad at them right now. But anyways, yeah, I think Vegas gets it done first period because it's close to a pick 'em. We're getting a good price on the money line, so we don't even have to sweat out a puck line with Vegas first period. We can just take them on the money line. Boston's not winning this first period. If anything, you get a draw. I like the over 1.5. I think for the Bruins to stay in this game, they can't go down early. They've been trending under, except for their past 2 games. I don't know. I just think this road trip is starting to hit on them. This is what, game 5 of 6. I think they're ready to go home to Boston and beat up on some good teams like they did Colorado at home before this road trip. So I'm with Vito. I will probably end up with the Vegas Knights golden ticket, VGK. Sorry, I'll probably end up with the VGK ticket before the night's done.
All right. Well, that's it. On to the next game. Colorado is in Arizona. -400 for the Avalanche, +320 for Arizona. Total 6.5 in this game. I'll be real quick with this one. It's a pass for me. Both teams trending towards the over right now. Colorado 6-1 in their last 7. Arizona 3-4 in their last 7. Obviously, Colorado has the better everything. Road record, goals for, goals against, power play, penalty kill. They're also 4-0-1 in their last 5 in Arizona against a better Arizona team. And Francouz, 921 save percentage, 2.41 goals against Reg Melka, 900 save percentage, 3.51 goals against. The Avs should win this game, but they're -400. The puck line is -140. I like other spots on the board, so this was a pass for me. Nick, Avalanche, Coyotes, what do you think here?
Yeah, I bet this line yesterday, and it's moved. And I'm surprised the direction it has moved and how much it has moved. I got the Arizona Coyotes plus 2.5 goals at minus 125 yesterday. That line now sits at minus 180, I want to say. That was going to be my best bet for the show, but unfortunately, that's moved past the 150 mark, which pisses me off. But I mean, I'm happy I beat that massive line movement. This is a look ahead spot of all look ahead spots here for the Colorado Avalanche. They should come in here, take care of business, win a 2-goal game probably. I can see this being 4-2, 5-3 Avalanche, something along those lines. This Arizona Coyotes team, I think, is going to be a little bit pesky this game because they have been competitive as of late. 9 of their last 10 games, they've covered this 2.5 number. And I think this is a spot here where they can do it again. And we see the Avalanche after this game. They start a difficult part of their schedule where I think we may see some losses in the schedule for the Colorado Avalanche because tonight they play Arizona in Arizona. And I'm not going to lay minus 400 on the road. That's just not going to happen. Then they play Calgary. Then they head to Long Island to play the Islanders. They play in New Jersey. They play in Carolina. That's going to be a great game, Carolina and Colorado. And then they head back home and play Calgary again, then LA on the road. This is going to be a little bit tougher of a stretch where we could see the some issues for Colorado get exposed a little bit. And I think this potentially could be a look ahead spot. I think the Yotes can catch them sleeping here a little bit. I didn't sprinkle the plus 1.5 and the money line. I did not. I'm just sticking with the 2.5 because I can see this being a 2-goal game, but I like the Coyotes plus the 2.5 in the spot.
All right. You have to go shortly, don't you? Do you want to break down Canadiens Flames before you go?
Yeah, Canadiens Flames. This is another big spread game. I'm on, I believe it was the second period, both teams to score. And the Flames in the third period, minus half a goal, minus 145 for that one.
All right. I'll go over your best bet and parlay piece when we get to it. Thanks for coming, Nick. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Good luck, guys.
See ya. Vito, what do you think here, Avalanche and Coyotes?
Yes, sir. I think Avalanche smashed the Coyotes tonight. Hey, Avalanche been playing well. You know they've been playing well. I mean, and they lost against the Coyotes last time. They managed to end the Avs winning streak at home. I don't think Avs forget a thing like that. But if we talk, this will be the fourth and final game between these two clubs for the division rivals. The series result is now 2-1 to Avs, and I would not be really surprised, as I said, that maybe if Yotes actually win, and in the end of the season we look at this series and we are like Yotes and Avs went 2-2, and everybody is surprised. But I think it's possible. So the price is not there with what's the puck line price, Terry, for the
minus 140.
Yeah, that's not a great one, and it's over 4.5, right, in total. Yeah, so there's not the right price. I think that Avs should destroy Yotes because of this revenge, but also I think Yotes also have a chance. So there's no number for me if to play for Avs in this game, so I'm staying away.
All right, Stars fan, Avalanche Coyotes. What do you think here?
This is the last easy game for the for the Avalanche. Everyone on that Avs wagon, just listen. Your strength of schedule is about to get a lot tougher. You're not getting the breaks that you did earlier on in the year to go on this streak and get up all those points in the Central. And they're looking ahead to the hottest team in hockey, the Calgary Flames, tomorrow. Sure, Colorado's not going to lose this game. But if you're paying minus 400 juice or minus 140 on a puck line on this beautiful big slate we have, stop it. Just stop it. Come on now. I'm on the plus 2.5 with Nick. They're rolling Francouz out. They're making sure they don't get embarrassed by the Flames tomorrow. They're not gonna run up the score. There's no need to run up the score. Everyone knows the Avs are better. The Avs are gonna win. I don't think they spend all this energy, because if they do, the Flames are going to absolutely stomp them tomorrow if they waste too much energy on the Coyotes tonight. So I've got the plus 2.5, and Colorado has been terrible in the second period. We watched the Islanders go up and make them sweat. We're so used to Colorado to have to come roaring back for the past couple of weeks. I think the Yotes get one in the second, so I've got both teams to score in the second period as well. That's all I have for this one, but all you Avs fans out there, we'll see how this next couple of weeks treat you. Strength of schedule is going to be very fun for someone else in the Central Division.
All right. We have somebody else joining us here in just 1 second. Vito has to go. I'll go over your best bet and parlay piece.
My best bet, guys, will be Wild and Flyers over 6. And my parlay piece will be Hurricanes like this plus 1.5 or whatever. I don't think they can lose in regulation today against the Caps. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. And guys, I will hop out. I need to go. I like the game. Flames and Montreal, I think the game goes over because Canadians have found some scoring lately. A lot of people tell they play better offense, play better defense or whatever. I think they just play a little bit better everywhere. They're still going to have turnovers like they used to have. So I think they will make turnovers. I think they will score 2 goals. Calgary will just need to score more. So Calgary will score 4 or 5. So I think the game goes over. All right, that's it.
All right. Have a good one, Vito. See ya.
See you guys.
And welcome on in, Melissa. We will break down the final game, and then you can kind of say what you think about tonight.
Sounds good. Hopefully, my little one doesn't start crying again.
We'll try.
We will try.
The last game of the night here is Montreal is in Calgary. Plus 320 for Montreal, minus 400 for the Flames. I'll take this down here for a second. Montreal 5-1 in their last 6, playing pretty well. Calgary 12-1 in their last 13. Amazing hockey. I just saw them destroy my Minnesota back-to-back games. They are a very good hockey team. 4-1 in their last 5 at home versus Montreal, trending under here. Calgary has the advantage in everything. Goals for, goals against, power play, penalty kill. Goaltending, Hammond does have pretty good numbers here, but he's only played 2 games this year. He's going to face a good team tonight. For me, in this game, I have nothing. I'm just priced out like a few of the other games. I'm kind of priced out of anything here. If you want something for a parlay, and I'll give this out right now, my parlay piece is the Flames money line. I know it's minus 400, but I'm pretty confident that they're not going to lose this game. So if you want something for a parlay, I would add Flames money line. But we'll be up parlay pieces and best bets will be up right after this. Stars fan, what do you think? Final game of the night, Canadiens, Flames. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think everyone's starting to kind of catch on this new coach for the most part. The big thing about the Canadiens is they shifted their style of play under him. One thing that they have figured out is how to score in the first period. Everyone's catching on to that. But they've been doing a lot of that at home, and it's not been against this caliber of competition. They're playing the best team in hockey right now, or one of the best teams in hockey right now. The Flames play a full game. There he is. There's Bleed. But yeah, the Flames are one of the best teams in hockey. So I think that where they're most vulnerable is the second period. So I've got both teams to score second period of that Flames game. And then here's a stat. The Flames have just shifted around. They used to be the worst first period team in hockey. Now they're a pretty good first period team in hockey, and they are a terrible third period team on the road. They have yet to score a goal in the third period on the road under this new coach. I don't think they're going to. The Flames have been slamming the door shut on everybody. That's what makes the Flames so good. They are one of the best third period teams. They don't let you back in it. They don't give an inch, and they will absolutely slam the puck down your throat in the third period. So I've got third period Flames puck line. It's a little juiced because this game is just juiced to all get out. So third period Flames puck line minus 140, I guess. That is one of my favorite plays today.
All right. Melissa, 9 games. Just give us a brief opinion on what you like here. Our Weapon X, you go first.
What?
Yeah, you go first. Bliss is a little busy just at the second, but what do you like tonight?
Man. Sorry guys, I'm sort of on vacation somewhere in an undisclosed location in Canada. What I like today, this is what we're talking about, Calgary right now in Montreal. I mean, I expect an ass whipping from the Flames. By how much, that has yet to be determined. I didn't even really look into the stats of these two teams against each other, but this is almost a night and day when it comes to talent. It just is what it is. I'm not even sure the under is even safe here. Whoever's going to play the under in this game, even at under 6. Some people think the Flames might park the bus after scoring a couple. I don't think so. I think they've been so efficient, especially where they at home. So we've seen the Montreal Canadiens kind of regress back to what they were in the last game, right? They kept it close for 2 periods, and then in the third period they got smacked the fuck out by the lowly Jets, which was unfortunate for all our tickets. So for me here, I have nothing else really in at value for the Flames. I do like. I've seen a couple of people on the Pens. The value as a dog is good at plus 150 and over. I think it's getting bigger and bigger. But that is also going to be on Jerry. How good is Jerry going to be tonight against considerably one of the best teams in the league with the experience that they have? They've been hot. One of my favorite plays, I'm personally on the Canucks. Thatcher Demko has been confirmed, correct?
Projected. But they're not going back to Halak after Halak's last game. There's no reason.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be dumb as fuck to do that. Puck line, baby. Canucks puck line is... Where is it at?
That'd be a reverse puck line, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, for me, I never take a plus money puck line. So, yes, it's the reverse puck line in this case. Where is that? Plus, should be plus 2 something.
Look at that.
Plus 250.
Plus 255 on Cool Bet. So, Canucks. I'm fading the Islanders this month big time, especially with Barzal out. I know they're back at home. I really don't give a shit. It is what it is. I think they lose by at least 2. Canucks can even get a backdoor cover. I don't know if Ryan's going to be with me on this, if he's too scared to even back his own team, but we'll see about that. He's not here right now. That's one of my main plays today at a really good odds plus money. The other one.
Are you going to make it your best bet? Are you going to give a best bet or no? You don't have to.
Look, I'm already invested in this challenge with my boys. The 7 days, 100 to 13,000. And we're going with Nathan McKinnon to record 2 points against the Arizona Coyotes today. It's at plus 110 on William Hill. I put a hundo on that. So that better be my best bet. If it is,
Liam wants to know what you think about the Wild.
Oh, Liam, what I think about the Wild. I think the Wild win here today. And I know a lot of people are going to be on the Flyers and they don't want to hear that. I think this is a similar spot for me with the Wild as it was with the Edmonton Oilers. When they came out really, really hot and they scored a bunch in the first period, and that game kind of got out of hand. It was like a 7-3 type of game.
Yeah.
This has to be a get right spot for this Wild team. You guys cannot afford to keep losing. You need that division lead. That's one thing you need big time. I'm not sure about Talbot. This is why I can't even take a puck line. What's the puck line at?
Minus or plus 130.
Plus 130, plus 135. Actually, it's not bad. I know Carter Hart's been hot lately, but is Dumba back tonight?
No, Dumba Greenway won't be back until possibly Dallas on the weekend.
Jordy Ben in the lineup?
He wasn't last game, so I think it might be Addison for him.
Okay, well, I'll definitely prefer Addison over Jordy Ben any fucking given day.
All right, let's get Melissa in here. Melissa, what do you think about tonight's card?
I am going with a big dog, which I think is priced. I think obviously I'm on the Penguins money line. For those of you who saw, I tweeted out my card earlier. They're right around plus 145, plus 150 on the money line. We saw Pittsburgh beat Tampa the opening game. I think it was actually opening night of NHL. I think you're not going to see Pittsburgh at this price for a while. I had to take a shot on my boys. I think that they're going to get it done tonight. I also did a little bit more conservative bet with them on team total over 2.5. I got that actually at minus 115, I believe, which I think, if you don't want to go with the Pens as a dog, a safer bet is always to just play that dog team total. I think that Nick does that a lot more often. So I'm playing both of those. I'm calling the Penguins Carter's official dog bet of the night. So hopefully that hits. I'm also on the Canucks, the Knuckleheads. I think that they will bounce back, versus the Islanders tonight after just getting embarrassed the other night. I also like the over 5.5 in that game. I think that we're going to see goals on both sides, not just from the Canucks team, but from the Islanders. I got that at plus 105. Anytime I can get an over 5.5 or it's still at plus money, hard to pass that up too, especially the way this Canucks team has been playing. Even after a loss, since the All-Star break, this team, if you go back and look at their record, they usually win after a loss. So I'm going to continue to ride that. And then my best bet is going to be the Capitals over 6. I love this because I know that there's a lot of people on Hurricanes money line, and Terry, originally this was going to be my parlay piece. I might do an audible here and change it because I think that the Capitals are going to get some goals here as well. It's not just going to be Canes dominating. I think the Capitals are going to surprise us. If you remember correctly, I think a couple times ago, I came on your show and I said the Capitals were going to be a big dog to watch out for. For some reason, I'm thinking tonight might be their night. So I like the over as a safer play because, yes, I think the Canes are going to score some goals, but I think we're going to see some from the Capitals too tonight, despite them having that terrible home record. But I think that those boys need to get their gear intact. That's
is Manta back?
Yeah, he's back.
So yeah, that gives a huge boost to that Caps.
I just I mean, there's a lot of money right now on the Hurricanes. I think last I checked, it was like 82% was on the money line. Money line is still at what, minus 130 for that game, Terry?
We just lost to the Flyers, so I honestly,
Yeah,
this is not a Carolina team right now that I would like to back, especially at minus money. So I love your angle here on the plus money with the Caps at home as a dog.
Yeah, I'm not personally taking the Caps. I'm playing it safer with the over. Mm-hmm. I just think it might be one of those situations where it just looks like it's too good to be true. Maybe I'm overlooking it. But I think that we're going to see, even when we saw the Capitals play the Leafs the other night, they still managed to get 3 goals there. They came out poorly in the first period and then finally got it together in the second as well. So I think they're starting to score. I think that they have chances. Carolina's also a team that's always going to give you some good goals here. So that's why I'm going to keep it as my best bet. And then Terry, I'll switch up my parlay to Canucks plus 1.5 then.
Okay, and speaking of parlay pieces and best bets, I know people are waiting, so we will get to that right now. Best bets, best parlay pieces. I'll bring up the standings here. I know it is very hard to see this. If you want to see the standings or if you want to see everybody's best bet, the link to the spreadsheet is in this description.
Look who's ahead of Bleed Weapon X right now.
Oh, Melissa.
Making ground this week.
So I'll jump right in here. I'll go through everybody's best bet and parlay piece. Let me just get the odds for Money Max, Edmonton, and Reg plus 100. All right. Plus 100. We'll zoom through this quick. For me, best bet, Minnesota, Philadelphia over 6. Nick, Tampa Bay first period puck line. Vito, Minnesota, Philadelphia over 6. Money Mac, Edmonton in regulation. Josh, Boston money line. Tim, Minnesota, Philadelphia over 6. Nathan, Ottawa, Florida, first period, both teams to score, yes. Melissa, Carolina, Washington over 6. Toller, Carolina money line. Occupancy, Vancouver money line. And for our parlay pieces, for me, Calgary money line. Nick, Minnesota money line. Vito, Carolina plus 1.5. Money Mac, Tampa Bay money line. Josh, Toffoli over 0.5 point. Tim, Calgary money line. Nathan, Minnesota, Philadelphia over 5.5. Melissa, Vancouver plus 1.5. Toller, Vancouver plus 1.5. And occupancy, Uyghur over 1.5 shots. So that is best bets and best parlay pieces. Melissa, Weapon X, anything you want to say before we head on out here?
No.
So Vito thinks that Carolina might lose.
No, he was on regulation, wasn't he, with the Canes? Or he did
But
plus
he just gave a
1.5.
plus 1.5 on the parlay piece.
He went
Yeah.
safer, he said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for parlay piece. It's something you want to go a bit safer.
Okay.
Nathan wanted me to tell everybody he's updated his model to version 4. If you want the link to his model, it is in the spreadsheet. And the link to the spreadsheet in the description in this video. If you didn't see the beginning, I made a nice intro video. So if you want to rewind the video and go back to the beginning, I'm pretty happy with that intro video I made. Liam says over 6 and Wild is most confident. Yeah, for best bets. 3 of us are on Minnesota, Philadelphia over 6. And then Melissa's on the Carolina, Washington over 6. So you could always take parlay those two and go with over 5.5 if you can get the alternate totals. And that would probably be a nice price. So yeah, we'll finish it off there. Weapon X, thanks for coming in here. Melissa, thanks for coming in here at the end. And everyone smash like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. And
You did get my best bet though, right?
You didn't give it, no.
Okay. Well, I might as well. I got a hundo on it, so that's more than my usual unit pack. I wish I was that rich to have a $100 units, but not there yet. So this is a big one. So we'll go with it. Nathan McKinnon to record 2 points. That plus 110. 110.
Plus 110 for him to get 2 points.
Yep.
Colorado.
It's a Mac attack tonight in Arizona, baby.
Over 1.5 points. It's 110 and parlay piece.
And then a parlay piece, we're going to go with Cale Makar to record a point.
Makar to score points. All right. Lots of best parlay pieces for people to choose from here.
Go big or go home. Let's go.
Go Penguins.
Go Wild. Best of luck, guys. We'll see you.